Hi, it's Monica from the Insist blog, and I thought since we get a lot of questions that are similar over time, that it might be worthwhile to create a video blog with answers to some of our most common questions for you all to refer to. And today, oops, looks like Miss Kitty's going to help me today. She likes to help when I make videos. Anyway, today what I'd like to address is the question about what about herbs. And I think those of you who read the blog a lot know that we're not anti-herb. In fact, we have a naturopath on our board or in our network, Dr. Susan Lundgren, and we also have an herbalista, Louisa Valdez. And so we believe strongly in the power of herbs, and we think of that as a real important part of PCOS management. But what you want to consider is that there's a very important disclaimer. If you do not take this into mind, the herbs that you're taking may be a waste of time and a waste of money. And that is that herbs are like medicine, they're chemicals, and they have the best possible chance of doing you good and being therapeutic for your situation if they're introduced into the best biochemical environment that they work in. And that is not in a pro-inflammatory environment. And so if you're doing all of the right things, and I don't mean right in a judgmental way, but if you're really watching your diet and you're making time for exercise and you're doing your best to manage your emotions and your stress and you're really working on your sleep hygiene, then you have some hormone issues still related to your PCOS, then an herb may have great benefit to you. But if you are thinking that an herb may allow you to bypass some of the recommendations that are a little bit harder to achieve, like giving up some foods that you are a little bit more attached to than you realized before somebody told you that you shouldn't eat them, or if it's a little bit inconvenient to exercise, so you've been kind of putting that on the back burner, the amount of herb that you need may not be what the dose says on the package, and it may not even have an opportunity to be effective. And so what we like to think of at Insist is that rather than telling you that it's a choice between following a diet or taking an herb, but rather helping you to understand where you are in the spectrum of self-care. Are you right at the beginning and completely overwhelmed with your diagnosis and needing some help and some coaching through some of the simple changes until they become part of your daily routine without thinking about it? Or do you need to kind of look at what you've done on your own and tighten it up? Or have you done everything that you possibly can with the 4 areas of self-care that I mentioned? And are you looking for help deciding which herb is going to be the very best one for your personal situation? We've taken a lot of time to study that and to bring in the right people into our network so that the advice that we give isn't just do this because it helped me with my PCOS. We recognize that PCOS can come from a variety of causes. It's an inflammatory condition, and some of you have it because of your stress, and some of you have it because of genetics, and some of you have it because of a food sensitivity. And so it really isn't respectful of you for us to slap the same routine on everybody. And that is the other reason why I don't give advice, specific advice about herbs or food on our Facebook page or on this blog, because every one of you is different, and what may work really well for one person could be disastrous for another. We owe it to you to respect you enough to take the time to get to know you and come up with a personalized program for you. So it really could be a good investment of your time to help you figure out, Kitty really likes to do videos, to help you figure out, nice butt Kitty, what is your best course of action, and to help you find that. And if for some reason something that you've seen on our blog has been helpful to you, we would really love to ask you to consider joining as a member. The price of membership is about the cost of a co-payment, and we do feel like we have worked really hard to put enough information on this blog, so what you get is way more for your time and investment of money than what you'd get if you spent a co-payment and went to visit someone who had not specifically studied your medical condition. So I hope you enjoyed the blog, and Kitty wants you to have a really good weekend, and we'll see you soon in another video blog.